Attention, attention, military personnel and veterans, attention. As a veteran and a member of a military family whose sons of the American Revolution did fight and have fought for this nation as far back and alongside of General George Washington, I now call you out, Donald Trump, on the field of honor. As a veteran, I am still under oath. I, Robert Locke, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic. So help me God. My Constitution tells me that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, and they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Mr. Trump, you do not believe these words. Also it says, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the object and designed to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future. Mr. Trump, you are untrustworthy, destructive, abusive, greedy, demeaning to women and citizens, and blaspheming to God. You are a racist who hates Mexicans. I have met with the under-equipped and underfunded Mexican army in Reynosa, Mexico, and they desperately need our help. Instead of leading our military on a rescue mission, you've wasted billions of dollars building a wall that only traps escaping refugees for the cartel. What happened to love thy neighbor as thyself? This week, while hundreds of thousands of Americans are without power and have lost most of their things to the hurricanes, you and your fat cats party at a banquet watching fireworks. If brown lives and black lives don't matter, then I Have a Dream is hopeless. Mr. Trump, you're a total coward who has evaded the draft. You have never and will never fight for this nation, its Constitution, or its citizens, as you routinely claim. Mr. Trump, by the use of billions of dollars, you have confused the citizens with lies, deceit about mail-in ballots is unsafe. You have attempted to weaken the Postal Service in an attempt to manipulate the November election. And finally, recently you declared that if I were to lose this election, that would mean that it was rigged. Lastly, you said you have called POWs and fallen American heroes in battlefields across this world as losers. Therefore, Donald Trump, it is not only my right, it is my duty to call you out on the field of honor. You will drop out of the race for president and turn back the GOP nomination to the Republican Party by October 1st. Or you will meet me on the field of honor on October 1st, 2020 in Nuevo Progreso, Mexico at River's Edge. The same Rio Grande where endless and numbers of bodies have been murdered and washed up on the banks there. They float in daily. Trump, you meet me under the bridge where we hear the thousands of dead souls cry out for justice as their young women have been forced into slavery or hung from the bridge or stabbed to death as a warning to other women. Mr. Trump, let's let God decide this issue this time. Let's let God be the judge of both of us on this day that we meet on the field of honor. And for the support of this challenge on this field of honor, I ask my God to be with me during this judgment and moment of truth for us both, and see me through safely to the other side. Yet not my will, but thy will be done. And with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honors. In Christ's name, amen. Let me show you some pictures now that's going to explain more about what we're working with in Mexico. These are murdered Christians that tried to get to church. They were killed by the cartel. This lady here, probably one of Mexico's greatest and most famous gym instructors, she refused to pay the monthly dues that the cartel insisted upon. They stabbed her. Here's what they did to her. They stabbed her in the face 17 times. This is in Eagle Pass, Texas. These young ladies here were told to become prostitutes for the cartel, and they refused, and they were hung by the bridge in Matamoros. This is an example of thousands of people coming from Central and South America who have no place to go back to because of the gangs. They're running for their lives to get to freedom. And lastly, our own immigration has found thousands and thousands of skulls and bones of people, Mexican people who have tried to get to the United States and died from dehydration. This is what we're up against. These are problems that need fixing, not washing under the table or behind some wall. Thank you for your time. This is General Locke, Brigadier General Locke, veteran U.S. Army.